Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you have some fun plans. I'm just going to finish getting my iPad set up to see if I'm live. Oh, there I am. Yay, now I can see who shows up. I never know because I have to wait till there's a lag time. So I have to wait and set up my iPad afterwards. Today's cards are a little different. I don't know what made me try this, but I did, and I kind of like the way it worked out. Hi, Barb. I think it's a great way to use your stamp sets and a few inks if you don't have a lot of supplies. So that was my goal today, was to show you how to do a couple of different things with the stamp set. I am hoping and praying that my camera works. I tried it before I came on, but sometimes I have to get on there. Let me switch real quick and see. Yay! Everybody's talked about how Facebook is really doing. Hey, Janice, welcome. Some really crazy things here lately. So you never know. People have talked about they tried to go live and they couldn't, or their image was crooked, was not straight, it was in the wrong orientation, and it was like, oh my. And even the lady in the group that I'm a member of, and it's Tech Help, she even said that it's been doing weird things for her too. So I don't know what Facebook is doing. I know they're changing their algorithm and moving things around. Every time I go in, there's something new, and it's like, okay, a whole new, hey, Renee, a whole new learning curve with everything. So it's been rather interesting to see how it works out, but hopefully it will work. Let's see. I get to play today. I am so excited. I have a few clerical things I have to do for my classes, my online classes, so I'll get those done. And then I'm going to play this afternoon. I've got some projects coming up I want to get done and designed and everything. I'm just so excited that I don't have to clean. Laundry is done, no cleaning. It's like, oh my gosh. When you have company and you live alone with just a dog, and she's a little tiny thing, so she doesn't take up much space. And you got all these people in your house coming and going with kids and everything else. Whew, it was crazy. We were coming and going constantly, but everybody had a great time. And I am so glad to have seen them. Now I have to just plan my next trips. I'm going to see when I can get out to California. Now that I've had my shots, I'm free to travel, and they've lifted it. Now, hopefully they won't put us in lockdown. I'm going to wait a little bit and see. But I do want to contact Michaela and see when would be a good time to come out. I have to work around Josh's son, Grayson, comes to visit for 3 weeks. He was out with them, so I have to work around him because they only have one guest bedroom. And so I work around them. And then when I go see Jess, I work around Logan's kids, who are gone every other week because his ex they have joint custody, so they have 1 week on, 1 week off. So I work around that, so I have a space to sleep there. But, you know, it's okay. It works around. I'm a little bit more flexible because I'm retired and I can kind of do what I want when I want, which is nice. I love it. Let's see. Oh, clearance items, last chance items from the January to June catalog. I keep calling it the occasions catalog because that's what it used to be forever. That ends at the end of this month. So if there's anything you want, do I have one up here? I wanted to look up a couple of things. No, I don't have one up here. I wanted to see because there's a couple of things. The stamp set I'm using today, which is also for my online class, it's a bundle in the January to June catalog, but I don't know if it's a bundle in the annual catalog because it did carry over. So, all right. I hope you have your beverage of choice. Mine is tea, which will be cold when we're done, but I just heat it back up. And hey, Kim, and enjoy it. So I'm going to take another sip and move this out of the way so I don't turn it over on my projects, and we'll get started. I have been known to turn it over. I had the prettiest project, turned my water over all over it. So I modified it. Got to do something. Okay, let's go to my hand view. As I said, today we are using the Friends Are Like Seashells bundle. And I love this. I held off till I knew it was going to carry over. But I love this stamp set. This one, I don't have the embossing folder that I really like is I think it's the one in the catalog now, but it didn't carry over. They have a different, the one that I like went with the whale set. And they have a different one with this that has all this. And it's okay, but I really like the whale one better. So this is what I'm using today, but it's also the one I am using, I'm going to put this back together, for my online class. And I want to share the cards with you. Now, I shared these Thursday night in the group, and if you are not in the US or not near me, you think, well, I can't do this. No, it's an online class. So you can do this no matter where you live in the world because it's a Zoom. And then I have a Facebook group where I post the PDFs that you have. Once you purchase, you get access to it. And so you can go back at any time and recreate these cards. But let me show you the cards that we're going to do in this class. Here's the first one, and I stuck with Flirty Flamingo, Bermuda Bay, I used Crumb Cake and Sahara Sand, and the other one was Calypso Coral. So I stuck with those colors for the cards. So there's one of the cards we're doing. Here's another one. This one uses Pacific Point, so I stuck with the Brights because I used the Brights DSP, and I made this one. This ribbon I thought carried over, and it didn't. It's the braided linen trim. I was so disappointed because it's so cute for these cards when you pull it apart like that. This is a frame within a frame, and again, it uses a bright, and see how you can kind of fray this ribbon, and it just looks so cute doing it that way. And then this is the last one, which is lots of layers. And this bow was made by taking that ribbon and pulling it apart. So it gives it that crinkled look, which you don't have. Hey, Latrice, thanks for joining us. You don't get with the linen thread. And it's really thin, too. But I love that ribbon. And it's like, I have to see. I know I have some other colors, but I don't know if they carried over. If there's any others, I may buy it just because I like to do those things with it. So that's my online class for this month that you can sign up for. Hey, Betty Ann. Betty Ann signed up for this class. Woohoo! I have somebody else who's signed up also. So I'm really excited about it. I'm going back to the shore with this one. So there's this class. And then I have to tell you about the retreat that was supposed to happen today. But I had a couple people sign up, and the artistically inked stamp set and dies went on back order, and I used the whole suite for it. So I thought, Betty Ann signed up for this one too. I thought we would do it in July, because it's supposed to come in later this month. So I'm going to open this one back up if anybody else wants to join us on this one. And let me show you the projects for this one. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun playing with this one. All right, first thing you're going to make is this cute little box. Now, I did use the gold glitter gems, which also retired. Hey, Sharon, and I didn't realize it. But this uses that new ribbon. Oh my gosh, I love this ribbon. And this is a cute little treat holder, and it's perfect for lipstick. Hey, Joan. or chapstick, or even some candy. I think Hershey Kisses was fit down in there, but isn't that a cute little box? Oh, I love those little boxes. And then the other things we're going to make in this is this card box. And this uses the ephemera pack and the stamp set, and we did it, and made it, and it opens up like this. I used a ribbon to keep it tied, and it holds 4 cards that we're also going to make in the class. So there's card 1 that uses some vellum and some of the ephemera pack pieces. Here's one of the cards. Oop, that one got twisted. I gotta fix that. And I used some of that paper. It's like, what do you do with some of that paper? So I used, and this die is like, oh, okay. So I came up with this, and look what I did with that ribbon. Wait till you see. It's so much fun to do this with. And then here's this one. And this one also uses the polka dot embossing folder, and it's not wide enough to do it this way, but I'm going to show you how to do it, to do a whole panel. More of that ephemera pack. And then here's the last one, and it uses, excuse me, some more of that ribbon. This is actually cut out using a die, and I used the stitch rectangles and added some dry embossing. So that's the Expressions in Ink retreat. So I'm going to open that one back up since I'm not doing it till July. And that gives you time, if you want to sign up for it, you can. All right, so are you ready to see what we're going to do today? I went back to my Friends Are Like Seashells. And that's the thing, is once I do a class, I do lots of other ideas for you with it. All right. And this is the card we're going to make, a clean and simple card. When I started designing, I saw the wow idea online, and I just broke it down backwards. So we're going to start with that. It uses 1 piece of cardstock that's cut in half and then scored in half. This one, even the wow card, doesn't have a lot of layers, so it wouldn't cost extra money to mail. All right, I then pulled out the large shell, this conch shell, and the sand dollar, and I'm also using Love You to the Beach and Back. I love that sentiment. Oh. All right, so I'm going to start with Sahara Sand, and I'm going to stamp my, I'm going to pull in, oh, I can't use that. Hang on, let me grab another piece. I was going to use a piece to do my, blending on later on, but it won't show up. So I'm going to take that sand dollar, and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to stamp it up at the top, and I kind of went off a little. All right, so there's that one. Then I took soft suede and the conch shell. Now this one, mine is really dark, especially that piece, so I'm trying not to stamp it too hard. And I stamped it. Yeah, see, it's really dark. I don't know why. This one's even darker than that. I think I pushed too hard. So I stamped that one. And I just kind of touched them. Then I went back to my soft suede, and I used the big shell. I don't know what this one is called. Could be a conch, and that one may be something else. Who knows? All right, and I stamped this, and I went off just slightly. Actually, this one's over further than that one. And then I went back to my sand dollar, because I just love sand dollars, and put that one on there. And then I used Love You to the Beach and Back, and I used the soft suede and stamped it. And I stamped it in the middle so that it kind of used some of that space up. So as you can see, you can do this with any images down the side. You could do this with flowers and have flowers come down the side, but I thought this was really cute, and when you see what I do with it, oh, so cute. So, all right, so there's the clean and simple. But you know me, I like to step things up, so I went from here to here. All right, now there are a couple of things I will tell you. You must do your stripes first and then stamp, because if not, when you blend your ink, you're going to smear this other ink of your shells because it's water-based, and when other ink hits it, it will smear it. So let's make this one. To do this one, same thing again. Oops. Half a sheet of cardstock, fold it in half. And see, when you do this and you have, say, flowers down there, thanks Janice, you then take and have, you use different colors. And I chose to use Crumb Cake, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay. And reason being is I thought it as sand, water along the edge of the shore, and water further out. So that was my reasoning with it. It may not be good, but that's what I did. So the first thing you need to do is you need to take Post-it notes. And I will tell you, if you can find the 3x5 ones, they're better. Now, I find it easier to use a grid, so I'm going to put this down on the grid because I'm putting the two together, and I'm going to use that grid so that I get a straight line. And then you're going to pick it up, and again, I'm using my grid. Thanks, Kim. I actually like the WOW one a lot. All right, now I'm going to use my grid again, and this is just a little bit bigger than a ½ inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this down. I'm keeping this side straight, and I'm just below that ½ inch line there. And this one is going to go down here and here, and you get a straight edge. All right, then I pulled in my Crumb Cake and a blending brush, and you're just going to start blending it on. Now, because I cleaned my brushes after I used them, it's going to take me a while to build up the ink on it. And you want to make sure you start off here, because if not, that's what happens. I, every once in a while, forget. So you just blend on your color. And I just kind of did it till I thought it was good. And then to check it, if you pull up just this edge, you can see how much you have down. And if you're happy with it, then you can stop. I'm going to add a little bit. I've got a couple of spots where it's light, which is okay because the sand's not wet there. It's wet here and not there. All right, so we've got our Crumb Cake down. The next thing you want to do is you want to take this one off, and you're going to flip it around, and you're going to put it down even with that. And this is where this isn't dry. I got to get it dry a little bit. If you're doing this, wait a few seconds for the ink to dry because it won't stick if you don't. All right, and then I have another one here that I did use, and I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to put it on the edge. This has got to come up some. So you're going to line this up. I should have used my masking tape. Totally forgot that. That would have been a good idea. And then this one is going to go on here. And this one may be, the bands may be different sizes on these. It doesn't really matter. All right. Now I'm going to take, and I'm going to come this way because I don't want to mess this one up. I've got to use it again for my WOW card. And you're going to take your Coastal Cabana, another brush, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to come in and you're going to add your color. And again, just blend it in there. I love these blending brushes. Now, I don't have the one Stampin' Up! Has because I had mine for a long time before they came out with them. I got mine on Amazon and I got 8 brushes for like $10, and they're different sizes, which is what I like. I like these smaller ones. I feel I have more control for smaller areas, and there are some smaller than this. There's one that's even a straight line, which is really nice. All right, let me see. I think I might have enough there. Yep. All right, so I'm going to move this one out of the way. I'm going to take this off. All right. Take this one, and I'm going to move it up here. And then I'm going to, same way, I'm going to put, oh shoot, it's not dry. Wave it a little bit to dry it. The trials and tribulations of live TV. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to pull this down just a little bit below. So I'm giving it probably about 5/8 of an inch. And if you really want to have it exact and perfect, you can use a ruler. All right, got that one. Now it's time for the last color, which is Bermuda Bay. All right. And I'm going to come in, and this one is darker. I'm going to try not to pull in too much of the other one. Oops, see? You got waves, I guess. So just kind of blend it, and if I can keep blending it in that area, I can get it dark enough that it's not going to show up. And you can come in from the side too. Sometimes going from the side is better. I'm going back and forth rather than circles since we're working in a line. I'm going to move this over just a little bit. I don't want ink on my mat. All right, I got to get this area here. And then I got to get some up here. Let me see what it looks like. Oh yeah, it's good. All right. Move this out of the way. And this one. So now we have the bands created. And then I came in with my stamps. I need my paper because I'll be stamping off. And this time I tried to pull my stamps in further. So I'm going to start with my Sahara Sand. All right. Then I used my, oh, here it is. I couldn't find my stamp. My soft suede. I kept thinking soft seafoam. No, no, no. So I've got that. And again, I'm coming in like so. And then I'm going to go back to my big one. And I'm going to try to come in further on this one. I didn't on this. So I went over just a little. I am trying to have them touch, but sometimes it doesn't happen. And then my last, oh man, I am in bad shape. Sand dollar. All right. And my sentiment, I left the same. So I stepped this one up, and I did put, I'm going to move my sentiment up here. I base my sentiment on my spacing. I I stepped this one up by adding the strips of color, and I also have the Artistry Blooms adhesive back sequins. There are some, I think it's Coastal Cabana. Is that what it is? Yes, these are Coastal Cabana. So I used the Coastal Cabana in there, and I added some sequins. As you can see, the Coastal Cabana has been very popular with me. I've used it quite often. So there, I've stepped it up and created a multicolored edge. But if you're doing flowers, just choose the colors from your flowers. I could see a pale yellow, a pink and a darker pink, or a yellow and a light red and a darker red, and you can get it darker by just keep going over it more and more. So, I mean, there's different ways to use this idea. But then we have to have a wow card, and there it is. So I went from this to here, and this one, I started with my panel. In this case, I used my I can't think. I used a panel of white instead of the card base. And I'm going to add my what do you call this? Post-it note. Boy, I am in bad shape. All right. Whoops, and I put it on wrong. Oh my gosh. Goodness gracious. Today is going to be one of those days. Maybe I don't want to do anything. Maybe I just want to sit in my chair and read all day. All right, so here's this and this. Now I got it straight. Woo! Good thing I didn't try to do that. And I'm going to pull in my crumb cake. And I chose the crumb cake because I wanted it different than using the, I'm going to try to go side to side for this, the Sahara sand. I wanted a different brown, so that's why I did it that way. All right, I'm gonna, hey Gail, how are you? Thanks for joining us. You get to see the last card for my, okay, remember, wet, not wet. Okay, I can close this up because I'm done with it and move it out of the way. All right, now I'll move this as I get this straight. Whoops. I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to put this down there. All right, I forgot to dry it. Oh, thanks, Janice. I think it's a great way to use this set. And like I said, I saw the idea. They had used, I think they had used flowers. And they'd stamped their flowers in black. And they were outlines like the other one. Come on. This does not want to stick. There. All right. And now I'm going to, yeah, this is what happens when you get towards the end. It doesn't want to stick. All right, hang on. I'm just going to get new ones if it doesn't want to stick, because I don't want to mess this one up. Oh, you're quite welcome. Latrice, I love sharing ideas. I have a ton of them. All right, there. Now I've got a new one. I'll wave this one to dry it some. All right, now. There we go. Yeah, see it? Every once in a while, you just got to pull out a new one. All right, let's see if this one will stick or if I'm going to need a new one. We'll find out. I don't know why. Oh, look at my fingers. I don't know why this one sticks, but the other one doesn't. Of course, now I can't pick it up. All right, here's my paper back, and I'm going to go back to my Coastal Cabana. Make sure I get the right one. And I'm going to put in my ink. And if you have an edge that sticks up, just push it down. All right, get in here and get in the middle. And with the water, if it's not even, doesn't matter, you got different depths. So, all right, so there's that. Let me see. Yep. All right, good. All right, now time to do the last one. This one, see, it's getting to the point where it's not going to stick. I'll just get new ones. I hate to mess up my card when I'm right at the very end. So let me get two more out of here. Isn't that a pretty way to do a card? I mean, I've done fairly wide strips. You could do skinnier strips and just use a big image in the middle. Okay, so I've got that now. Let's see. This one I'm going to put down here. Okay. And if you're worried about not having them, yeah, I got to be careful. I'm going to get ink on it. Even or some of the ink showing, just overlap it a little. All right, got it now. Last one. This was Coastal Cabana. I'm going to get rid of it before I pick it up and use it, and it's the wrong one. All right, get my paper back in here. So this is another way to use your blending brushes. I know everybody has shown all kinds of ways. This is Bermuda Bay now. But you can use any blues. I just happen to use Stampin' Up! Stuff, but there are tons of blues out there. Even if you have the older blues, not everybody has the new ones that we have. I'm thinking you could use Bashful Blue, which is way back. And let me make sure there's a difference. Yeah, see how there's a line there? I'm just gonna pick it up and make it disappear. So if that happens, see, I've got it down here too. I'll just make it disappear. Just come down like so. And then I'll use this one to get rid of it. But really and truthfully, once you stamp on it, you don't really see it. You don't, nobody pays any attention to it. All right, let me get rid of that thing before I sit on or get it on something. And I'm going to take my towel and wipe my hands off just because I don't want to get, oh, I can't get rid of that paper yet. Good thing my trash can's right here. I gotta stamp my images. Okay, so we've got that. I'm gonna use my Sahara sand and I'm gonna stamp my sand dollar. I'm gonna stamp it there. And don't try to stamp the bottom and the top and work your way down. It's just easier. And then this is soft suede. So I'm going to come in with my soft suede. And it's okay if there's some that show. And I'm going to stamp my, I don't know what you call this shell. And then I decided I wanted to step it up. I'm going to take and stamp one of those on here, and I'll fussy cut that out in a minute, but I want to get this finished first. And then see, I don't have a lot of space down here, so I'm going to move that one out that way. So, I mean, no two cards look alike, just depends on how you stamp it. And I need my sentiment, so I'm going to pull in my soft suede. Oop, put my finger in it. I'm always wiping my hands on my pants. So I always wear, oh yeah, I don't have any of the gold leafing, Betty Ann. That would be pretty to add some gold leafing through there. Darn, you're going to make me order that, aren't you? All right, I'm going to put that on a piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock. I always craft in older clothes on my bottoms because I'm always wiping my hands when they get messy on the bottom, on my bottoms. So I don't care, you know. All right, I'm going to pull in my seal, put it down. Did you notice I'm getting really good at it? So glad I could get that seal to work. Now that's wet still or damp, so be careful. When I pushed my hands over it and I ran my hand around it and I shouldn't. I'm going to use some more of those sequins. So I'm going to put those on, and I'm going to do this one differently. So you can just sprinkle on your sequins however you want. All right, so I've got my sequins on. Then I'm going to pull in that other image that I stamped, and I'm going to fussy cut it. Now, the die will cut this out, but you know what? I found it's more of a hassle to try and cut this with the die than to fussy cut it, because it is, you know, it's a not an elaborate shape. So I've just been fussy cutting them because it's not that big of a deal, and it would take me longer to die cut this, to get it all lined up, die cut it, than it would be to just take and fussy cut around it and just leave a little bit of an edge. And then I'm going to put this on, and I probably shouldn't have put that on first. Oh well, we'll find out if I can do it. I'm going to put this on with dimensionals, and guess what? I have none at my desk, so I'm going to run over here and find the ones that I have over here at my other table. Oh my gosh, I cannot find anything today. Oh, here they are. I have I had this long piece that came from a paper pumpkin several years ago, so I've been using it. I go through dimensionals a lot. No, Kim, I'm not. I just left it there. You could emboss it if you wanted it to. So you guys came up with these ideas I didn't think of. I mean, that gold leafing would be so pretty on here. Oh, well. All right, now I've got to trim this because I put this piece down before I cut it. So now you're going to get to see how I do this. All right, let me go this way. There we go. So I cut it off. And there's the wow card. All right, this one should have come over more like I did on that. So it's, you never know what it's going to turn out like. So there's the clean and simple. There's the stepped up. And there's the wow. So same basic layout with the shells down there. Same sentiment. Only thing I did was I added some strips of color, and on this one I used a panel and put it on colored cardstock. So there's your idea. Despite all of the fumbling I did where I couldn't remember things like that happen. So, all right, so I've got lots of cards to send to the kids. I think I'm going to be sending out some cards, especially since we went to the beach last week. All right, let me go back to my face view. All right. Oh, well, thanks, Joan. Yeah, you could emboss that on the WOW, the one that's popped up. You could emboss that one in gold too. So lots of different ideas. I wanted to stick with the simple color palette because, you know, maybe somebody's out there that really likes this set but wants an idea and doesn't have a lot of supplies. So that's why I went with that. I need a drink of my tea. Let's see how cold it is. It usually is pretty cold by now. Oh yeah, it's pretty cold. I'm going to have to heat that up in the microwave. But I hope you've enjoyed the cards. All the supplies, or all the dimensions I should say, will be posted when we're all done. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Don't forget, check out my Friends Are Like Seashells class and my Artistically Inked retreat. And join us. We have a great time during the Zoom. In the morning for the retreat, we do the treat box and the card holder, and then in the afternoon we do the 4 cards. So we have a great time doing it, and we chit-chat here and there, and I help problem solve if people don't have all the supplies I used, or if they run into problems. So great way to spend a day and have some fun. All right, guys. I'm going to get ready and go downstairs and heat my tea up and then do a couple of things, clerical things I need for my classes. I've got to get some, I want to post the supplies for this class in the Facebook page so that you know what colors you need and all that kind of stuff. So I will be back Thursday evenings in my group, which is for my customers. And then I'll be back here next Saturday. And by my customers, you don't have to purchase product. You can also purchase my tutorials, and then you get in my group. Oh, you're quite welcome, Joan. And then I'll see you on Saturday, next Saturday, doing 1 card, 3 styles. I got to find something. I don't know what to do this time. I've seen a couple of ideas that I might try and play with. Okay, guys, have a great weekend. Take some time to play. A lot of places are getting a lot of rain. If you are, then play. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, thanks for the hearts, guys, and the thumbs up. I love it. Next time, share this with your friends. Tell your friends to come in. See the fun things we do and the ideas that I give. All right. See you guys later. Bye.